Hey, thanks for clicking on the video. It's been a big day for Rocket Sidearm enjoyers, which is actually anyone who's ever used one, but it's a big day because we're welcoming the newest member to the family. Of course, everyone and their mother is likely aware, Tinasha's mastery is finally here. This is the Stasis Rocket Sidearm dropping from Iron Banner, and yeah, I'm just gonna say it, it's the best one in the game. Chill Clip is as indeed as cracked as we all thought, giving this little sidearm the ability to stun both champions, overloads, and unstops, and freeze in just 3 shots. But before we get too deep into that and how this rocket sidearm performs and which perks you should actually hunt for, I need to make a big deal out of actually getting into Iron Banner and farming for this rocket sidearm. Iron Banner is only around for 2 weeks at a time, and I have no clue when it's returning next. Probably not until late January or early February. Needless to say, if you don't get a Tenacious Mastery right now, you're going to see everyone running around with their cool new toy that you simply won't be able to get. I should also say that Multi-Mock is returning, but now without perk waiting, although Banshee is selling a genuine god roll, so I wouldn't even waste your Iron Banner Ingrams on that. But enough rambling about getting your hands on a Tenacious Mastery, let's actually take a look at what we want on ours. So perks are here, and while we take our first glimpses, it's looking very juicy. In the left column, we have Air Trigger, Offhand Strike, Deconstruct, Enlightened Action, Impulse Amplifier, Loose Change, and Reverberation. Then in the right column, it gets Adagio, Bait and Switch, Chill Clip, Desperate Measures, Frenzy, One for All, and Surrounded. Now, doing the usual review thing of going left to right, our left column is where actually a lot of misconceptions or misleading options exist. The perks that I know to be best here are Air Trigger, Impulse Amplifier, and Loose Change. And we're actually going to start with the latter two, as I'd say they're both occupying the same space. So first, taking a look at Loose Change, as I believe this to be most people's first pick when they look at this weapon. It activates when applying any type of elemental debuff and gives us plus 50 reload, some aim assist, and a quicker ADS move speed. But the big one with this perk is the reload, which if we mention Chill Clip, it's just an easy activation. But is it really the best perk in this column? Well, if we look at our other easy reload perk, which is Impulse Amplifier, this reads massively increases projectile velocity, increases reload speed. Super simple stuff that actually ends up being a lot more beneficial under the hood. Specifically, it offers a plus 35% projectile velocity increase, plus 20 to your reload, or plus 25 when enhanced, and a 0.85 times scalar to your actual reload animation. And that final part is the kicker. While only offering half of the increased reload stat at 25, the scalar more than makes up for it when comparing it to Loose Change. Like, literally, alongside the projectile speed increase, the scalar makes Impulse Amplifier the straight up better pick if you're just looking for a faster reload. And then of course, it's always active. There's no requirements to actually get that increased reload, which makes it better than Loose Change in that case too. So between Impulse Amplifier and Loose Change, Impulse is the way to go. But before we wrap this column up, what about Air Trigger? You might have heard some talk about this perk yourself, and the reason it's here isn't just because it grants a faster reload. If we look at the description, Sentence 1 hits us with increased ammo reserves, and then the rest of it is increased reload and accuracy while airborne. Numbers wise, at base, this perk gives us 1.5 reserve mods worth of ammo, bringing us up to 46 total shots from 41, and then when airborne and reloading, which can just be a little hop, it's a plus 30 reload and a 0.8x scalar to our reload animation, making it even better than Impulse Amplifier. But again, you have to be in the air for that part. But what's really good with this perk comes from its enhanced version that brings the increased ammo up to 2 reserves worth of ammo, giving us 48 total. Yeah, those ammo nerfs a while back don't actually mean a whole lot to Tinasha. And then, to be completely honest, you don't actually need a reload perk on this gun. Rocket Sidearms already reload pretty quickly, so considering this left column, I'm taking the increased ammo every day of the week, even when the synergy between Chill Clip and Loose Change exists, or Impulse Amplifier is what it is. Which, speaking of Chill Clip, it's a perfect segue into our right column where everything is competing with it. And does anything even have legs to stand on? Well, Bait and Switch is a bit of an interesting choice since I've seen some niche damage rotations out there that actually do use rocket sidearms. Other than that, between these bottom 4 perks, you really just get your pick of increased damage, with Surrounded probably being the only one that I'd consider. Maybe Frenzy, but ultimately guys, it just pales in the face of Chill Clip. Now the big question we were all asking and what we wanted to know and also what I already showcased earlier in the video, is that it takes 3 shots to freeze an enemy. This puts it in line with Riptide, but even then, it is easily the best chill clip weapon in the game, and by extension, the best rocket sidearm. Chill clip allows us to dish out some CC, which makes enemies slower, of course, less accurate, and they just spam us less. Then after that 3rd shot, they get frozen, which gives us shatter damage and tons of build potential on top of that. Also, not to mention what can be done with the artifact in this episode. But even more than some CC and bonus damage, the anti-champion capabilities are just borderline broken. Slow handles overloads and freeze handles unstops. Yeah, Tinasha is just never coming off. I don't have to give a damn about the artifact or whatever weapon Bungie wants me to run ever again. As long as I have something for barriers, Tinasha handles all the other champions. And even then, you can make the argument that it can handle barriers on its own too, since all you need is Radiant or freezing them before their barrier actually pops. But before I continue down this rabbit hole of why Chill Clip makes this the best rocket sidearm out there, let's actually take a look at a full roll. The barrel doesn't really matter. I'd probably just go for increased velocity. For our mag, there is actually quite a bit of discussion going around though on what we actually want. Mossy Max, bless his heart for his spreadsheets, actually put out this showing all the different combos and what they mean for us when it comes to mag size and reserves and perks, but I'll just tell you what you need to know. At base, you are going to want 13 shots in a mag, which gives you the maximum of 2 freezes with 1 bullet in between, so you can shatter the target and then re-proc Chill Clip. So if you have 13 shots, it's an effective 2 freeze chain by just spamming. This number is achieved with just a backup mag mod, or can actually be surpassed with a backup mag mod and any minor perk that increases our magazine size. But then secondary to magazine size, we want to maximize our reserves, which this is achieved by tactical mag, which increases our reserve size compared to extended or appended. But then for our main perks, where all the magic really happens, air trigger gives us 7 to 8 extra ammo, and the carry perk Chill Clip is just the way to go. Oh, and it also has the Skulking Wolf Origin trait, which might as well not exist. And I don't think you're bringing a rocket sidearm into PvP. But then to finish the glazing off, we have subclass and artifact synergies. Chill Clip is effectively another ability where stasis builds are concerned. So anything in there that asks you to slow, freeze, or shatter enemies can be built into with Tinasha's mastery. Even in Prismatic, Facet of Ruin increases our shatter damage. But deeper than that, our current artifact favors stasis weapons and abilities a lot. Perks like Wind Chill can actually synergize if you go for headshots, because yeah, rocket sidearms can hit headshots. Hail the Storm straight up increases our shatter's lethality, even more so when boosted with a tonic. Brain Freeze can spawn some extra CC when we're freezing things, but the big one is Conductive Cosmic Crystal, as Tinasha can easily apply that slow, which makes things like Thunder Crash, Nova Bomb, and Bittersweet, and a whole lot more deal about 10% more damage. This artifact perk has been one of the major reasons I and many others have been anxiously awaiting the release of Tinasha's Mastery. So genuinely guys, go farm for this right now. You've got 2 weeks, get a 6-stack, get an Iron Banner, and just start trolling. The only negative thing that's coming from Tinasha's Mastery is that I'm about to break up with my 8,000 kill the call. But you know, we move up in this world, and if you're like me, Tinasha's Mastery is likely never going to leave your inventory once you find one. And I think that's everything I wanted to say. This beautiful rocket sidearm, everything we could have imagined. And if you have one yourself, let me know down in the comments how you feel about it. Also, thank you so much for getting this far into the video. Your viewership means a ton. I'm on the road to 11,000 subscribers, and I'm very grateful to have you as part of the community. If you want to support me and support the channel, a like, a subscription goes a very long way. And if you want to support me and support the channel, but you can't think of a comment down below, Tinasha's Mastery. And with that, as usual, I hope you are having a great day, and I hope to see you around.